everybody, this is Twigs Greenpage. Today I kind of wanted to do a walkthrough of some of the things I have available on Amazon and also just kind of a who I am, get to know me. My channel is brand new and none of you have ever heard of me. And I'd like to get to know you guys better and just kind of like who I am, what I'm doing, where I'm coming from. So many people have some awesome coloring channels out there and I thought it would be cool to set one up for my own books. I also have a color team group on Facebook that you can join called Color Addicts, the same as the name of the show. Color Addicts Coloring Team. And you can post any of your colorings on there, not just stuff from my books, but I welcome other artists, other, all colorists, just try to create some sort of a nice community and everybody supports each other. And I've always been in art communities where everybody supported each other. So that's very important to me to have something like that for my new coloring book adventure. But I thought I'd kind of show you where I started and how I ended up here. So I'm originally an oil painter and I still do paint, not as often as I would like, but that's where I began like 20 some years ago. So one of the ways I got into the whole book publishing thing was just putting mine and my soon-to-be husband's paintings on blank journals. This is actually one of his. He does a lot of stuff with palette knives. So I'm just going to walk you through some of the journals with my paintings and Pete's paintings on them. And then I'm going to walk through I just got a shipment today, so I'm really excited. Some of my coloring books I got in because I always get, obviously, a copy of my own book. And then I want to do some color and chats and color alongs and all stuff like that. So here's this one. It's like a cool rainy storm. This is a painting I actually did. It's in college. And these are actually sailboats. Most people are like, are they aliens or something? But I kind of have an impressionist type style. They're boats. This is a sunset. Pete did this. I think this is one of his. No, I can't remember if it was one of his first oil paintings or if that's acrylic. He used to only paint acrylic. This is the Cliffs of Moher I did. I went to Ireland a few years back. Very inspiring place. Another sunset. I was trying out some palette knives myself. And a beach scene. This is actually acrylic. Pete talked me into trying out acrylic for a day. You can actually follow both of our painting things on Instagram. I'll put our Instagrams on the bottom for our paintings. I have a thing for my paintings. He has a thing for his paintings. And I also have a separate one for coloring books and all that kind of stuff to try to keep it separate. But those are those. So that's kind of where I started. So my background is more of a fine arts thing. I'm like learning as I go all the digital stuff and computers and design and like that kind of stuff. That's not really my forte. But I was really hoping to find something to do with my art stuff that I could do in, I don't know, more of like not as physical labor intensive as painting and some of the other craft stuff I still do resin work and I have an Instagram for that too. So I like have my hands on a lot of different art things. So then I started, I discovered the journals. So I started putting our paintings on those. Then I'm like, why can't I make a coloring book? I can color, like I can draw, I can do all these things, but I didn't know how to like create one. I know it sounds kind of weird. Like I can do a painting, I can, draw something on paper, but like, how do you convert it? So you get to see all my stuff from the very, very beginning, and it's kind of interesting. I'm hoping that I look back a year from now and there's so much improvement that I'm almost ashamed of what I put out in the beginning, but that's like, I really believe that's how you learn, and I hope you guys will follow along and watch me learn and give me a chance. So I'll save the Halloween one for last. So this is like, I think the second or third book I did. Ellis Island, Gateway to Freedom. I was just inspired to do this book by everything that was been going on in our country, and to try to kind of a little reminder of, like, you know, remember where we came from. We were all pretty much immigrants to start with. So I'm trying to remember, the New York City Library has some amazing resources that are public domain. So I was able to go on there and find all these historic images and make coloring pages out of them. And so I'll do a walk through this book, or a flip through, as they say. So I dedicated it to all the immigrants. Oh, we skipped a page. Sorry about the noise. I have a little baby kitten who apparently feels it's playtime right now. So on each page, I'm not going to go through and read every page because that would be very time consuming at the moment. But each page has some sort of historic picture, and then the description that actually came with the photo is under it. And then I did a bunch of research and put a bunch of immigration facts on each page. So it's kind of an educational experience, and would be, I think, great even for people that homeschool or have immigrants in their immediate family right now, or just some history that, this is where we came from. And I'm kind of playing with the style on how I do my lines and such. I'm a very sketchy artist, so I'm trying to find a way to kind of stay true to who I am as an artist, but still make it so they're good colorable images. And I feel like I'm still working on that a little bit. Here are the immigration boats that shuttled people back and forth from Manhattan to Ellis Island. And this is Ellis Island, the boat dock there. People talking to a social worker. All these are immigrants. And you'll notice on some of whenever you see these little squares of paper, that's how the people were kind of identified when they got there. They had little cards with numbers and stuff on it. Because most of them, well, I shouldn't say most, a lot of them didn't speak English. And what I also found kind of cool about doing this project is some of these images, like just seeing what they used instead of, obviously they didn't have regular suitcases, they had all these trunks, and some people used baskets and just even a sack. These people, were moving across the world, and I found it very interesting. It's always, but I love antiques and such like that. I'm also hoping that some of these images really capture the people and, bring some personality to the topic of immigration. Going through their medical examinations. This is one of my favorite pictures I found. I just love I can't take credit for any of the layout of these photographies. I did cropping on some of them and such like that, but the people who took these photos, some of them are just awesome. The angles and the stuff like that. Nothing on the website at the New York City Library gave any necessarily credit for where any of these photos came from. So they're over 100 years old, and they're just historical, kind of documents, stuff like that. But so if there were, photographic credits, I would give them, but there's no one to give them to. They're at a hearing. And here we have President Taft and William Williams. President Taft. I don't know who the other dudes are. And then here's William Williams. He was the commissioner in charge at Ellis Island for two large portions of time. Just a glimpse at the people. They had these giant tables and them eating. And it's like you can see here, well, maybe you can't tell, all these people are either women or children because they were often separated from their husbands and men. Food was a real issue. Having a little fun. I'm originally from Wisconsin, so I love this picture because we have a lot of polka in Wisconsin, and they had an accordion, so I had to use that one. I think some people forget to, like, here there people after they were admitted into the country had to go through money exchange, and then many of them, it's not like they all stayed in New York when they were done. They went to other parts of the country. These are people waiting to leave. And then I tried to just get some images of, you know, actual immigrants. There were children that traveled alone. There were soldiers. There were, you know, people from all over the world. This is a Greek soldier. Many families with little kids. And I mean, just imagine being on these boats for weeks or months until you get here and then have to go through this process and like hope you get in. Like this basket, I found that fascinating. And they seem to all be dressed up in their finest clothes. Like we have closets full of clothes nowadays, and these people brought like a basket in what they were wearing. It's incredible. And some of them had the most beautiful costumes, which I think are going to be really fun to color. Now I have no idea what the true colors should be on many of these costumes and uniforms and such, because all these pictures also were black and white, so there's no way, I don't know if there's really a reference on stuff like that. That'd be an interesting thing to research too. Fashion from the early 1900s. And I love this woman, this picture is so beautiful, I think. And that was it. And then I left a page in the back for you to make your own family tree and see if you can find out when your family immigrated here. So that's Ellis Island, Gateway to Freedom. All of these books are available on Amazon, which is also kind of funny. This is the first time I'm getting the book through, and there's a couple typos here and there that I need to go and fix. And so hopefully by the time anybody gets there, I'll have that taken care of. Well, we'll do this one next. So this was like my fourth book, I think, that I did. And it started with this image. That's why I put it on the cover. I became, like, I learned how to do mandalas. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. From watching YouTube, because, you know, YouTube is a wonderful place to go to learn new things. And I got some apps on my iPad, and I'd been wanting to learn how to do some illustration on my iPad for a long time and just have never done it. And I got a stylist, and so here are my beginning efforts. I'm hoping to improve as we go. Nature mandalas. And I have dedications in front of most of my books. This one is dedicated to both my daughters. I have I birthed a daughter and I have a stepdaughter, and ironically they're both Bella, so one of them is named Bella and one of them is named Gabriella, who was always called Bella. So we have two girls named Bella, which is an unusual name, and then we have two of them, so we think it's awesome. This is some cherry blossoms. What I am learning also is this image is very fine detailed. So in the future, it's so hard to know how big things are really going to be when they print. Like, you think you can figure it out and you print one out in your printer, and it's, I don't know, it's just, this seems smaller than I thought it was going to be is all. Here's some carp. I love Japanese wood blocking and stuff like that. The lotus flower. I love owls. I want to do a whole owl book. Owls are, I don't even know why I love them. They're just so beautiful and powerful and big. some butterflies and flowers. I live in Florida now, so I had to do something with the hibiscus, and these are little lizards that we have so many of down here. And butterflies, and I believe that's a cicada I did, something like that. I like looking at bugs. I did some resin work with bugs, so I've kind of been obsessed with them. Just some flowery images with some butterflies. My soon-to-be husband, my almost husband, as I like to call him, is a Navy veteran, so we had to do some squid and anchors and such. Just some pond stuff. I love dragonflies. I'm gonna say I love everything. You're gonna be like, do you like it? You know, everything is my favorite. Just some designs. Kind of looks like a pie. Some fruit. I think this one's super cute. Little strawberries and little cherries. Little watermelon. And this is where I all started. I started with these cactuses and succulents. I love succulents. I'm not fantastic at keeping them all alive. Even the cactuses. Me and my daughter keep killing the cactuses. We keep trying though. Some koi fish and lily pads. I love koi fish. Another squid one. I like all the, again, I just wish the images were so much bigger, but I liked putting all the waves and stuff in the background and wrapped around the anchor. That was one of our dogs saying hi, so I'm sorry about that. Just flowers. Some more cherry blossoms and a traditional swallow. This is just kind of a lacy pattern. It's fun to just like doodle and see what you come up with. I love the idea of all the mandalas, like there's a very traditional way that most people do them, and I love the idea of, you know, taking the same concept and putting your own spin on it. Like there's a whole theory of, you know, where the mandalas started, and they're supposed to like represent the universe, and you know, it's all symbolic, and like with all the actual images in them, I think they can be very just illustrative of like you can make it like they tell a story all on their own. Little squirrel, or little chipmunk, not a squirrel, little chipmunk. I missed the fall up north. That's what I was thinking when I made that one. Just some abstract designs. And then in the back I have some bonus Halloween ones. Some bats, some pumpkins, a dancing skeleton. And these are all buried bones underground. This is supposed to be the cemetery. And then just a list of some other books I have. And the back. So there's that one. Before I get to the Halloween one, I'm saving that one for last. So this is a really cool book, I think. As I said before, I live in Florida, and this is actually a local farm that opens their doors every Saturday for a couple hours, and you can come feed and pet the animals. And they make a lot of organic baked goods, and they make jellies and jams, which are absolutely wonderful, and I actually need to go back because we just finished ours. And next time I'm going to try, I accidentally picked up the wrong jar last time, I was trying to get, they had a strawberry rhubarb watermelon. Oh my god, I want that so bad. Now my little kitten is trying to climb up my leg right now. So this is a very cool place. If anybody is ever in Florida, this is located in DeLand. They are super small. It's on the end of a really long dirt road, and you kind of feel like you're lost when you're going there, and it's a really cute experience. You can get up and close with all of the animals, and it's free to go. They ask for like $1 donation, but you normally end up buying food and stuff. So it's just cute. So that's what this book is. And they actually have these on sale at their farm as well. Beatz Sweets, and I know she has an Etsy store where she sells some stuff too. Candles and such, and I think maybe the jams, I'm not even sure exactly. Here are their chickens. They had chickens everywhere. They had some bunnies. And they had some baby bunnies. I couldn't see the babies though because they were sleeping. Oh, here's my baby, thinking he wants to be in the video. And some ducks. The ducks were super cute. They were playing in a little kiddie pool. They have a bunch of goats who are more than happy to take all the food that you will give them. Some more chickens. I could like play with the chickens all day. Hey, stop. And this is a picture of a peach, which they, there's some vegetables and stuff. They actually grow some of their own stuff. I don't think they grew the peaches there, but she uses them for her jam and stuff like that. Very nice couple with 2 kids. These are some baby chickens, which I know they're called chicks, but these ones are bigger. They didn't feel like the traditional like baby chicks. They were past the yellow stage. A goat and a baby goat. Very sweet. They have 2 of these miniature ponies that you can pet. They're super friendly. And actually they had a neighbor down the road that would give horse rides as well for like super cheap. A basket of vegetables. This was probably my favorite image from the day. This cute pig. He'd come up to the fence. You could pet all the pigs too. They had some babies. It was cute. A bowl of strawberries. And all the chicken at your feet. And they had this cute little shed set up where they put all the jams and stuff, and they're all lined up, and they would label them, and they were super cute. They also had some random antiques and stuff for sale. I actually got a blue glass vase. I love blue glass. More goats, and they have 2, this doesn't even look like a puppy, but they have these 2 new puppies. I can't remember what kind of dog they are, but there's some sort of dog to protect all the livestock and stuff. And they had a goose. You always need a goose. And here they are. This is their family. They set up a little stand every week. It's very cool. There's a short summary of their story in the back and the address if anybody is interested in going. And they have... I have the Etsy shop here and their Facebook page. She updates her Facebook page every week. So that's awesome. So there's some farm animals. I think this book would be good for both adults and kids, which is always nice. Then I was back doing the mandalas, or mandalas. I don't even know how to say it. I'm going to have to look up the pronunciation. With a Halloween theme. Another dedication. I dedicated it to my family. Got some vampire skulls. This image was one of the bonus images in the nature mandala. And then I just did some cute little pattern pages. All these books that I just showed you are 8.5 by 8.5, and the Ellis Island one is a little bigger. Who doesn't want a collar on Thanksgiving, I guess? Some little kitties. This is one of my favorites. I did a colorized version of this one in Procreate. Some dancing. So this one is supposed to be, I don't know if anybody will kind of get it, but those are kind of supposed to be like little brains or brain type shapes. Yeah, I thought it was Halloweeny. Some witches, hats, and cats. Some pumpkins, some like bat thing, some moons, do a nice midnight moon. I should have put a werewolf. I didn't do a werewolf. This is just kind of zany. And here's that other, I showed that one to you in the other book. Some sort of, I don't know, demon type skull thing, horns. Little Day of the Dead. Just kind of all little Halloween-y things. Pumpkins and cats and fences and cobwebs and ghosts and headstones. Here's some Everybody Loves the Candy Corn. A variety of skull patterns. Another kind of like demon thing. I don't know. Some bats. Pumpkins. I love these little pumpkins. They remind me of like tiki pumpkins. I just created that thing. There is nothing. There are now tiki pumpkins. Bleeding hearts. Some witch paraphernalia. The cute kittens. That's supposed to be like a little vampire skull too. I like that idea of the fangs on the skulls. Little haunted house with the ghost. Here's my little tiki pumpkins. Some like more. This one kind of reminds me of like the demon, like a clown demon. Kind of reminds me of the It thing, but which that thing scares the death out of me. So some more Day of the Dead skulls, and just some cute cobwebs and critters. I think that's it, and that's it. In the back of the book just shows some of the images. So really that's all I have for you today. I just wanted to kind of give you a heads up on who I am and where I came from and what my background is, and I hope that you join me on the journey and see how my books hopefully improve over the years, and I hope to meet a bunch of you. And please come join our face group coloring group. We love having people engage and post all anything that you color. It's fun, and I post stuff that I color because I color too. Post just funny stuff. It's just fun. It's just meant to be easygoing. No drama. Just come hang out, be creative, say hi. That's Color Addicts Coloring Team on Facebook. So check that out. And you can also follow Twigs Greenpage on Instagram. And I think that's it. Then you can find all the books on Amazon. Just search Twigs Greenpage, and it's a unique name. So everything that comes up is going to be either my coloring books, like the painting journals that I already showed you, and then I have some other random journals and planners and stuff like that whatever I feel like making, I do. So thank you guys for hanging out with me today, and check back soon. I'm going to try to steadily add some content up so there's something for you guys to watch. It's going to take me a little bit as I feel my way around YouTube and get used to all that, how that's all set up. But hope you all have a great week. Bye.